What is your biggest fear as you get older? October last year, I turned 25, and I think it was that point where I realized that, oh, I'm officially an adult now. And I was not able to really process the fact that I was now 25 because there was just a lot of things that happened in the lead up to that birthday. I moved to a new country, I moved to the US, and I started a master's program and just a lot. And now that I have been able to really go through my thoughts and think about and, soak in the fact that, oh girl, you're not 25. I just have so much I want to share with you. And this video is more for me as it is for you. And I feel like it could be helpful no matter what age you are currently. I feel like me, you're super driven and hardworking, and you get burnt out before you realize that you need to take a break. And I feel like to this point, that has been how my career has gone. It's like I'll do the thing, go on and on and on until I burn out, and then I take a break. And that break, most of the time, it extends to 3 months before I can recover. And it's like, if I take a whole 3 months of the year to recover from intense work I did for 2 months, what is really the benefit of that? How exactly is that sustainable? So now it's like, how do I want to do my work in such a way that I'm still excited about the things I do, but I don't get burnt out? Fitting in those break times to make sure that, oh, you're really taking the time for yourself, right? There's also this other part of me that doesn't really regret the fact that I have been all over the place being crazy driven about the things I've done, because I wouldn't have come this far if I didn't do that. But my realization now is there is a certain amount of hard work that will get you to a certain point, and at that point it's like a diminishing return that it starts to work against you. Having so many things that you're doing at the same time, there is a stage where you definitely need that, and that's probably the stage you are now. I wouldn't say you should give that up. Keep at it, keep driving. This message is specifically for people who are in my position. You might have gotten to this position later on in life, maybe 30 or something, but I feel like I hit this at this point when I turned 25. It's like I don't need to keep doing everything, all the crazy things all at once. It's like, because now I just see it affecting me instead of making me go forward. Hi, I'm Khaulat, a Stanford grad student and an educator. And in this video, I want to talk about some of the things that I have learned over my 25 years alive. So it's more about the things that I am implementing moving forward. This video is sponsored by the Evolve community. I'll tell you more about it later in the video. Okay, let's dive in. If there's one thing that I have done until this point and wouldn't be doing moving forward, which I don't regret either, it is exploring with my career and doing a lot of different things. That is something that I feel if I didn't do, I wouldn't really understand and know what I want to do. And now I feel like I have so much clarity of the thing I want to do. I have been a machine learning researcher. I have built communities. I have instructed courses. I have done a lot of things. And one resonating theme across all of the things I have done is educating. And I know deep down that I love teaching. And that is something that I feel I want to do for an extended period of time and sort of just ground myself in it. And that brings me to the first lesson. You want to explore with your career. If you haven't done that and you're now 25 or past 25, do it. You will never regret doing that, because you kind of get an understanding of the different things that can be possible for you, and you have so much more clarity when it comes to just focusing and doing the deep work on one thing. During the exploration phase also, it's not like you're just doing surface work, you're doing deep work and trying to see yourself fit into these different careers. I know that some people have a different ideology of, oh yeah, when you're younger, just like pick a career, grow in it, make some money, and then when you have a lot of money saved, you can choose to explore. But I have never tried that kind of life, so I don't have anything to say to that. But I want to talk about this kind of life that I have tried, and I have felt it just be very, very useful. There are downsides, though. There are downsides to the fact that you become a person that can't do one thing at a time. It's like it's very, very hard to let go of things. One of the hardest things for me now that I have been conflicting with for a while is my startup. I founded a company in 2020 and I grinded. I put all my savings, put all my, energy into it. And even though it never got to a point where I generated revenue with the company, but instead it just like had so much impact on a lot of people. It reached thousands of people and helped thousands of people. I can't seem to bring myself to shut it down. It's always like, oh, maybe I could just put it on hold and come back to it and like do something around it. And this is something that is very hard when you're somebody that tends to do a lot of things. Now there's like a lot of new ideas I have. I've met a lot of amazing people and I'm interested in starting new exciting things with people. And it's like, truly, truly, you need to close some things for other things to open. You need to remove the weeds in your life to allow the new plants to grow. Lesson 1. This is the point you want to focus and reject everything else, no matter how shiny it is. And there's just this fear of missing out when it comes to career. Also, it's like, oh my God, if I don't accept this opportunity now, will I miss out on it forever? But again, you don't get the energy and chance to work on this other thing that you're really excited about. So if anything, this is a message to self. Focus on what you know deep down would be a successful path for you. And also just close the doors temporarily. Just shut the doors temporarily to every other shiny thing, just to see this thing bloom. The second thing I came to terms with is the fact that my goals are too ambitious. There is a point where I need to be more realistic. It's like having 80% realistic goals and 20% ambitious goals. The more you achieve realistic goals, the more the ambitious ones seem more achievable. So radical honesty about your goals. If it's fitness and you are putting yourself up, maybe you did already at the beginning of the month to go to the gym every morning or every evening or something, and you've just found yourself not doing it over and over again. This is because it is not realistic for your current situation. Think about goals and think about how realistic they are to your current situation. Fitness for me, I know that my current situation wouldn't allow me to go to the gym every morning, which is the time I prefer to go to the gym if I want to, because in the evenings, like I've done all these other things and I can go and just stress myself in the gym. But if I do it in the morning, it energizes me. But my current situation doesn't even allow me to do that. It's super cold in the morning and like I have a very busy day most of the time. I can't do that. But what is one thing that gets me to move my body every day that I love to do? And that is yoga. Is there like a time I can fit yoga into my day? Yes, in the morning. What are the things that yoga will help me do? It will help me wake up. It will help me have a calm morning and also spread through the day, having a calm day. So it's like, that is my motivation. If I can get myself to do yoga every morning, I am exercising. Maybe it's not like the goal I want to get to, the ambitious goal I want to get to the exercise, but I'm doing something. Like something is better than nothing. If I had set myself up to go to the gym and I go maybe once a week and then I just like beat myself up for the rest of the week because I can't bring myself to go, I am losing in every area. I'm losing in not going, I'm losing feeling guilty, I'm losing in every area. Think about it, whatever it is for you. If it's going on morning walks, how would you just make that more consistent? Because you already enjoy it. If it's whatever, just like find a way to like do something you're doing very effectively, do more of it, whatever area that is. That fitness is just an example. Let me tell you about the Evolve community. If there's anything I value the most from all of my career, it is having built communities in different capacities and seeing how it has impacted myself and like all the people that have been in those communities. And this community is one that I am most excited about building. A community of people that are on the same wavelength and have the same mentality as me. You know, people who have amazing goals, amazing ideas, and you know, they just want to grow with other people. You know, have a safe space to share their ideas, have a place to really get all the motivation and discipline that they need. This sounds like you. The link to join the waitlist is in the description. Some actionable steps for you moving forward. Calendar, patience, kindness. Let me explain. Calendar, in that if it is not in your calendar, it is not important. And do not exert any energy trying to find space for it in your life. You know, I took the time to list all the things that were important to me that I wanted to truly achieve this year, and all I did was fit them into my calendar. Oh yeah, I have classes. This is the time block for my classes. This is the time to read for these classes. This is the time to do assignments for these classes. Those are important because I'm currently a student. But what are the other things I have to do? How do they fit into the other times that I have in my calendar, and how do I make them work? Whatever else should not stress me out. And truly, I have fallen short of this to an extent, and it is not a thing that just happens instantly, that you just put in your calendar and feel like, oh, you stick to it. But that is where the second thing I mentioned is patience. You need to be very patient with yourself. For me, I've seen with time, as I have, you know, respected that calendar and tried to stick to it with time, I have gotten better. I have gotten better. It's not an instant thing. Again, you need to be very patient. You don't just get to a point where, oh, I'm not able to stick to this, and you just disregard all of it. And the third point also ties into all of this: kindness. You need to be very, 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 very kind to yourself. You know, when you don't stick to what you have to do, don't beat yourself up. Don't feel guilty for it, because again, you need to be patient with yourself and you need to be kind with yourself, because it takes time, and you should love yourself while at it. You'll get better with time. Treat yourself with the utter kindness that you deserve. Something that I have also realized that a lot of people relate to, especially if you had a background where you were always scolded for things, you have kind of learned to always use scolding as a way to do things that you need to do. Even though you still do the things that you have to do, you also feel terrible for scolding yourself, and it's kind of it's a terrible way to live, I think. And you know, I have gone my life trying the tough way, you know, beating myself up, you know, get up, do this, all of these things. And I have recently tried the other way, where I talk to myself with kindness, and I have seen how amazing I felt with this, you know. And I think this is something that everybody should carry into their lives. You are your own best friend. You need to love yourself, and you need to be super kind to yourself. The key is recognizing you control your own path. And it is up to you to decide whenever you're ready to act on this control, to find all of those things within you that will make you the person you want to be, because everything is already within you.